49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you? Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Well, no takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
On second down now, it's Carson. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be third down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays.
Tyler Lockett, he's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 94 yards, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right?
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for Ford.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, 18 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Wilson now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. On second down, it's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's filling them in the offensive backfield.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will take over at the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they've punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Coleman now. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Here's Mostert, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Jamar Taylor there on the coverage.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Wilson. They'll Lockett with a grab over the middle. Tyler Lockett, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Week 10 in the NFL coming to a close tonight. Not too early to look ahead to Week 11. We've got Thursday night football to get us started. The Dog Pound going to be alive and barking. The first meeting of the year between the Steelers and the Browns. And since the Browns came back to Cleveland, the Steelers are 34-6-1 against their rivals. Browns trying to stem that tide.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Check.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Returnable for Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. To throw is Wilson. To throw on 3rd down. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They run the counter. It's Carson, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Wilson from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. This is Carson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. this one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is Mostert, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Garoppolo, 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Mostert, and now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and the Seahawks have picked it up, and to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Chris Carson trotting back out there at his current pace. Sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. No, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow. Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 3rd down, Carson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll run with Coleman on first down. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 10.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside.
And a loose football. The Niners on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. And yet again it's Garoppolo. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Willie Snead leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head one state over to check on the Indianapolis Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Jacoby Brissett, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get out to the Bay Area, see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Phillip Rivers, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now Wilson on third down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Mostert. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Garoppolo now. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Garoppolo. That's caught, and again it's Goodwin. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
11.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Goodwin. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down. On 1st down, it's Coleman. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, you look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, a short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that showed a little bit of faith. It actually showed a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run it with Carson. And fights through one man. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. Powerful running. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
54, right there, 54 Mike. Here we go,
On 3rd down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and some room to roam now. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well. Showed right there. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "What was that all game?" or maybe just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game, because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here? Well, that number is still in play, because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Ezekiel Ansah, his 2nd sack of the night. We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there. Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. I guess I got to hand it to him. That was ambitious. Well, that's one way to put it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Here we go.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? When you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be.
On second down, here's Penny. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A gain of 13. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here we go.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Garoppolo looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 more on that one and another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here we go.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
It's just me and you. It's just not.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll look to throw here. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to try. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's Procise. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny, and he stopped immediately there. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
Play out. 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Again, it's Penny. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Rashad Penny, and he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go, baby.
Buffalo and the Niners now. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. And that takes us from second to third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They'll set up to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They're going to look to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the ground under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Seahawks, the great run they've been on